Right, welcome back to the channel. Just an update on what we were up to yesterday. That car that we got yesterday, that was like a video. We weren't planning on doing that actually, it was just a little quick one. I got that car, I'd give 200 quid for it, come in part exchange against something I was selling. I had MOT on it and that, but it was hanging. You couldn't have sold it to anyone. Well, I wouldn't have sold it to anyone. The windows didn't work, the central locking had failed, it missing a door card, the boot didn't open, had a smash back window, the head gasket was going. There was loads of little niggles with it, but it had MOT, like it was, you know, you could have drove it for whatever reason, but I wouldn't have sold it. So the only place it was good for was a scrap yard, but I only give scrap money for it, so we just had a laugh with it, hammered it, broke it, as you do with anything that's going in the scrap yard. You're only getting your weight money out of it, you might as well just hammer them, and it's a bit of fun. So you can't all be work and no play, can it? You've got to have a laugh, haven't you, as well? That's the whole point of doing what I do. Right, so let's get back into this video. So this week I had a Fiat Punto from over the road. There's a young girl lives over the road from me. I noticed she'd had a new car and her old car was parked up, and I wondered what the crack was with it, so I went over and spoke to her about it. She took it for an MOT and it had failed, and she'd been given a £700 bill to put it through a ticket. I was a bit like, oh dear that. So I asked her what was up with it. I took their MOT certificate and I read through it all. It had failed on a coil spring, front coil spring, oil leak from the oil filter, and the back door, the handle was broke on the outside, so you couldn't open it from the outside, and emissions. And she got quoted 700 quid to put it right, so she'd give it up with it and gone and bought a new car. So anyway, I asked her what she wanted for it and if she wanted to sell it, and she said yeah, she'd sell it. So I give her 200 quid, that's what she wanted. And we went through it and just put it right, put a ticket on it, and now it's all ready for sale. So I'll include some of the work that we've done to it there. I've done a bit of filming, a bit of time lapse. I haven't got all the tools to do half of these jobs, so I didn't have a coil spring tensioner, but what I did, I just took it to my local garage, took the strut off, took it down to the local garage and paid someone to do the jobs I can't do, and they didn't even charge me. They swapped it round for me. It took them 5 minutes. They put it on their big machine, they done it in a couple of minutes, and they didn't even charge me for it. So, but I do take my cars there for MOTs. They knew it would have been coming back in for an MOT, so they were more than happy to help me. So that was just where we were up to with it. So I'll include some filming now, so you can all watch that, and then we'll do some numbers and we'll go through it all and how I work, how I do it, how I financed it, and go from there. Thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We're nearly there now, 1,000 subscribers. We're not far off. Cheers.
It ain't gonna work. I know it's gonna. I'll bring it in a minute.
This is where you go shooting through the...
Hey?
This is where it goes shooting off, isn't it?
There's a fucking dangerous one.
They are, aren't they?
Can stop, man. There's his hand over the David.
just been working away and it wasn't recording, so I'll have to do it again. I've just changed the oil filter on this. I had a leak on the oil filter. There's the old oil and the old filter. It's got a brand new filter on there now. You can see that, it's down there. A nice new oil filter on there. I don't know if you can see it. Just about see it there. There's your oil filter. So it's had a new oil filter. I've just changed the oil, dropped all on. I've got a handle on the back, a weird driver's handle. You can see it. Cracked. The handle was broke, so that's an MOT fail. I've been to the scrapyard, I've got a new one. I've put a new one on it now, so that's all working. And we've just done a coil spring on this from driver's side. I haven't got the tools to take off springs, but what I did, I just took it off, took it down to the local garage. They did it for me. Right, so back to the numbers now. So I give £200 for the car. I spent £20 on a coil spring from the local parts place. I got an oil filter for £6.57p. I went to the scrapyard and got a door handle for a tenner. I've put about 15 quid's worth of oil in it. I buy oil in bulk, so depending on, it's hard to work out how much that costs me exactly. But I give it an oil change, gone over it all, checked it, and paid for another 40 quid for an MOT. And now she's ready to go. She's got a 12-month ticket on it. Everything's spot on. It runs, it drives, it starts. It's done 97,000 miles. Tidy little car really for someone. Just a little cheap run around for someone. With a 12-month ticket on it. And now I'll give you a quick thing of what I would do and how I would finance these cars. So I know a lot of people want to try and do this, flipping cars and making money and that, and it is hard. It's not easy. But there is ways of doing it, and there is people out there that say they haven't got the savings or they haven't got the finances. Just simply start small. It's fairly simple to do, and anyone can get a credit card for a £400 limit. I've got one, and it's a high interest one, but it doesn't matter because I pay it off at the end of the month. So if I was to go and do this now, I put all my parts on a credit card anyway because I'm trying to build my credit score up and so on, and I pay them all off at the end of the month. But if you were, for instance, trying to look to get into this sort of a job, you could easily just go and take out a £400 credit card, find 200 quid, buy a car, put the parts on the credit card, which is 100 quid. You've got 56 days then to pay it off before you have to pay any interest. So if you sell that car within 56 days, well, you've made your money, you've made a profit, and then you can use that money to pay off your credit card, and you're left with a margin, which is your money. So the car owes me 300 quid, £287, something like that, after I've put all my work into it. It took me about a week to do it, but that's only because I had to wait for my MOT slot. So when I bought it, I immediately got it booked in for an MOT. The emissions was an interesting one. It failed on the emissions. I just took it for a good run up the road, give it a good blast out, and she went straight through the emissions, no problem. So, you know, it is possible to start making these cars and flipping cars and making a bit of money, and it's not easy, but there's definitely ways of doing it. But yeah, so that's just another little quick video, a little update of what we've done this week. Had a few machines come and go, nothing major, but this one was just another little car. It's a Fiat Punto, it is, 1.2 petrol, 90-something thousand miles. I've advertised it for £1,000, so there's a 700 quid profit there to be had. And it didn't take me long. It took me about an hour, 2 hours in mechanical work, and then took it for an MOT, and there she is, ready to go. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and look out for the next week's video. Catch you all on the next one.